Digimon Liberator column, Tips 28, Battle Coverage 11 versus Arisa Kinosaki. This battle is between the Ghost deck of Violet in Boots, also known as Vi to her friends, and the Puppet deck of Arisa Kinosaki. Many of the ghosts have on-deletion effects, and these are utilized to the maximum through Execute, which enables an attack at the end of the turn, followed by self-deletion. It controls the playing field by setting in motion a chain of effects such as reviving from the trash, deleting opposing Digimon, and digivolving through tamer cards. If your concentration lapses, you'll soon find yourself up against a veritable horde of phantoms. Arisa's puppets are likewise no slouches when it comes to flooding the field. They also pack an array of on-deletion effects, plus Relentless Offense via Overclock, which lets you attack again at the end of the turn by deleting an allied Digimon or token. Ghosts and Puppets. What will happen in this clash between these friends and rivals, who, despite the type difference, have playstyles with a lot in common? And will this battle dispel the melancholy that Violet has felt since the Sam the Clown incident? Coverage begins with the battle in its final stages. Let's check the playing field of each. This is Vi's. She has a memory boost and several tamer cards in her battle area, and a level 5 Metal Phantomon standing by in the breeding area, but 0 security cards remaining. Meanwhile, this is how Arisa's playing field looks. Her battle area has 7 Digimon, including Neobutmon and Kaguyamon, an imposing lineup. In addition, she has 2 security cards remaining. This turn, Violet will need to overcome all of Arisa's security and win. Making this even harder is Kaguyamon, whose all turns effect grants blocker to all of Arisa's Digimon. They form a truly formidable wall. And so, Violet's final turn begins in a desperate situation. The memory gauge is at 6. She sends Metal Phantomon to the battle area in the breeding phase, and at the beginning of the main phase, the Tamer's effect brings her memory to 7. And with memory boost as well, she'll certainly have plentiful memory. Violet digivolves Metal Phantomon into Necromon for a cost of 4. The when digivolving effect deletes Arisa's lowest level Digimon, Shumon. Triggered by the deletion of Shumon, Kaguyamon's all turns effect activates, and the Necromon on Violet's field is deleted. This was Violet's aim, as she now gets to resolve the on-deletion effects of both Necromon and its Digivolution cards. First, those of Ghostmon and Bakimon raise Violet's memory to 5. Then, that of Metal Phantomon digivolves Neobutmon into Centralmon. With Neobutmon gone, the troublesome all turns effect it had is no longer an issue. With the inherited effect of Phantomon and the effect of Necromon, Violet gets to revive a Bakumon and Phantomon from her trash, and the rush of ghosts isn't over yet. The deletion of Violet's Digimon activates the effect of her Tamer card, digivolving Phantomon into a different Necromon from before for just 1 cost. Further, the digivolution into a ghost Digimon means that Violet's other Tamer card activates its effect, granting rush to Necromon. The dust settles, and Violet now has Necromon and Bakimon that are both able to attack. She has 4 memory and another 6 Digimon on Arisa's field to take care of. Kaguyamon, with its blocker-granting effect, is the main headache, especially because of the inherited effect from Karakurumon. Violet won't be able to use the level-specific removal characteristic of purple cards to take down Kaguyamon, as Arisa can just keep it on the field by deleting a token or another puppet Digimon. The priority will be to take out the suspended Digimon, but there's no ghost that's up to the task of handling so many. It should have been over for Violet at this point, but she counters with an outrageous move. She increases her memory to 6 with the delay effect of the purple memory boost on her field and pays 5 memory to digivolve Necromon into Shine Greymon Ruin mode. It's an overwhelmingly powerful deterrent against decks that favor having many cards on the field, and a formidable, well-known level 7 in the Digimon card game. It is also the card that Violet used to beat Arisa for the first time, marking the beginning of her journey as a player and collector. The blue flames of Ruin mode cover Arisa's battlefield. Its when digivolving effect inflicts a blanket reduction of 5,000 DP, thus deleting Shumon and the familiar tokens. Bakimon also gets deleted due to the on-deletion effect of a familiar token, but now Violet just has 3 more Digimon to overcome. Just by digivolving, Ruin Mode mercilessly incinerates the opponent's lesser Digimon, and that's a big part of why it's among the power cards in the game. Violet commands it to attack security. Arisa's Pandemon blocks and is deleted. Its on-deletion effect can bring out a level 3, but this is pretty meaningless while the battlefield remains ablaze with blue flames. Then, with the effect of Ruin Mode's end of attack, Violet declares the deletion of Kaguyamon, recovery +1, and the hatching of her breeding area's Demimeramon. Sendralmon has many Digivolution cards, so Violet was probably thinking it would be best to leave it in play. Arisa was prepared to lose Kaguyamon, and now she's left counting on a lone Sendralmon. The major walls that were in Violet's way are gone. The deletion of Ruin Mode triggers the on-deletion effects, its own plus inherited effects. Ruin Mode applies another 5,000 DP reduction to Arisa's field, now totaling a loss of 1,000 DP that lasts until the end of her turn. Then, Phantomon's inherited effect plays Ghostmon from Violet's trash. Violet's turn goes on. She digivolves the Demimeramon in her breeding area into Candlemon, then uses Jack Raid. Since it's a late stage in the battle, Violet naturally has over 20 cards in her trash, so her memory increases from 1 to 3. Then, she keeps on going. She duly uses the main effect of Phantomon in her hand to attach a Bakimon from her trash as a Digivolution card of Ghostmon, also digivolving it for a total cost of 2. Once again, the Digivolution into a Ghost Digimon means that her Tamer card gives Phantomon Rush, here as if to congratulate Violet on her comeback. Ghostmon gives her a card, unique emblem, Soul Banquet. This card, which Ghostmon had all along, has a delay effect that causes Phantomon to digivolve into a new form. A headless knight who rides on his ethereal beloved horse and reaps souls. Acknowledging its role as harbinger of the comeback, Dolahamon storms the battlefield, swinging its head-topped flail. The when digivolving effect of Dolahamon deletes Arisa's Sendralmon. Then, as the memory gauge is now at 1 on Arisa's side at 1, it's the end of Violet's turn. Dolahamon's execute attack goes after Arisa's remaining security. The security battles are against Kaguyamon and Sendralmon. Both have less than 14,000 DP and cannot stop the Headless Knight. At the end of the attack, Dolahamon is deleted by execute. Dolahamon has its own on-deletion effect, plus an inherited effect from Phantomon. These resolve playing Necromon and Bakimon from the trash. Soulmon also gets played from the trash, thanks to Necromon's on-play effect. And now, the aforementioned on-deletion effect of the Digivolution card Bakimon resolves, putting the memory gauge to 0, letting Violet continue her turn. If Violet had a Digimon ready to deal the final blow here, she would win. But unfortunately for her, there are none that can attack on her playing field. Will Alyssa get her turn right away? No, because the one piloting this deck is none other than Violet Inboots, the Collector. She exaltedly proclaims the DNA Digivolution of Bakimon and Soulmon into the insane synthetic monster Chimeramon. It is a perfect match for this deck, which repeatedly revives level 4 Digimon from the trash. What's more, DNA Digivolved Digimon can attack on the turn they digivolved. Arisa lacks a defender, and so Vi's victory is sealed. The victory was only possible because of Vi's love for the Digimon card game and her knowledge of cards as diverse as Ruin Mode and Chimeramon. Through the battle, Vi's melancholy was also swept away, and so it was a super very good ending for both of the girls.